Our next story reinforces the tremendous value of mentoring.
Two men injured 30 years apart with one common goal: walking with the aid of calipers.
The story backgrounds a new service developed by the ACC.
It was a classic work accident, a moment that stays sharp in Douglas Denley's mind.
Building a house and fell off the roof, putting the pillars. I landed on my feet from about 28 feet on very steep ground, and that was it.
But his body had taken a massive impact. He crushed a vertebrae and caused severe damage to his legs.
I knew I'd done some damage at the time, that oh Jesus, that's my bloody legs broken, but because of the angle they were on, it didn't register that I couldn't feel them or anything like that.
He was paralysed from the chest down. Douglas spent 9 months in the Otara spinal unit before being discharged. It was tough. He had 2 small children and a wife who was deaf and confused by all that had happened. Douglas focused on rebuilding his life, getting back to work and supporting his family.
With the wife being deaf, it left a huge amount for me to do, because there was lots of things she did not understand.
When he left the spinal unit, Douglas was given a pair of calipers, but told he'd probably never use them. In fact, they're part of his everyday life.
They actually told me that the people from the gym and that within 3 months they would find the calipers thrown in the junk heap. I'm afraid that they'd picked the wrong person for that.
His son and daughter have long since left home. Douglas's wife died 6 years ago. A long-term ACC client himself, Douglas is now playing a part in a new ACC initiative. The National Serious Injury Service was established to give better service to ACC clients with a high-level injury. Case managers like Debbie work with a select group of clients.
Hi Doug, how are you?
All right.
It's a new service that ACC has set up to deal with people with lifelong injuries, totally away in a different way, looking at them and their needs in the community, trying to support people getting back into their community, on with their lives, back to work, and looking at their goals and different supports that will help them with that. How's it going, Doug?
Oh, slowly.
Debbie had long admired Douglas's determination. When she began working with a new client, she instantly thought of Douglas as someone who could provide practical, hands-on experience and
So you have been
support.
pushing him. Still working with Steve?
Yes, I'm very pleased with his progress.
I think you always get your best support and understanding from someone that's experienced something similar, really knows what it's about.
And so for the past year, Douglas has made a weekly trip across Auckland's Harbour Bridge to meet with and mentor Steve Caines.
Yep. And how are you? How long do I have to wait for you?
Steve injured his spine 2 years ago in an accident at Pukekohe Raceway.
I was racing superbikes at Pukekohe in an endurance event, and approximately halfway through the race, the front tyre slipped out from underneath, going around the fastest part of Pukekohe on the corner. The bike slid and picked up the hay bales, and I slid underneath the hay bales and hit the steel armco, effectively breaking my back, T8, T10, paralysing me.
Yep.
Steve is paralysed from the mid-chest down, but he's determined to walk with the aid of
See
calipers.
how hot it is?
Yeah, well, what are we doing today?
I think we'll go to the stairs, or stumble off to the stairs and down them, out the front door.
In today's session, Douglas is challenging Steve to tackle stairs. When you look at these men, it's hard to imagine that they have absolutely no sensation in their lower bodies.
I would probably say it's the hardest thing you do in your life.
Oh, by far. By far. Yeah, by far.
It would
Why?
be the most challenging thing.
Well, because you've only got to close your eyes and you don't know where the other half of your body is. So, and you've got no balance. So everything you do is controlled from wherever your injury level is upwards.
One little stone roll under your crutches can send you onto the deck, just like that.
From bloody form today so far.
I've been doing it for the best part of 30 years in my own ways. He's really only had the calipers 9 months to 11 months or something, I would be totally wrapped in what he's done.
You can remember the first time I came down there upside down, can't you?
Each weekly session involves the two men negotiating a new challenge in Steve's neighbourhood, with Douglas guiding.
Yeah. You're holding up the traffic. Come on.
I've been on the drive upside down for 20 minutes, half an hour. You know, been upside down, trying to get up off the ground, and he's just been standing there saying, well, hurry up, move, Christmas is coming. You know, I'm not waiting, I want to go home today.
A high percentage of New Zealanders who have a spinal injury are men. They've often been involved in sport or adventure. Like Steve and Douglas, most are fiercely independent and determined. The newly established National Serious Injury Service recognises this and has a clear philosophy of finding the best way to support all clients to achieve their individual goals.
One size doesn't always fit all, so we really have to understand them in their context and look outside the square a little so that we can really support people.
The pairing of Steve with Douglas has had a huge impact on both men.
Yeah, if I hadn't met Douglas, yes, I believe I would have got there, but I just don't know how long it would have taken me. It might still take me forever as it is to get where he's got. I still don't know, but it's a path that I've chosen, and it's a path that I want to continue to take.
It really went from just someone to reassure him to someone training him, really learning how to do those things in the community that you don't learn in a gymnasium, and you have to learn from someone that's done it, can look outside, think outside the square, knows all the pitfalls.
There's always going to be that thing that's a little bit out of our reach that we all want, even you or me. And some of us might never get it, but some of us will.